when I worked at the Norwegian Embassy in London, um, what I didn't like about it was the 2 hour commute. I would commute 1 hour to London and 1 hour back again. And in the beginning, it was hyper stressful because not just because of the amount of time it took, but because I had to rush to the tube station, mind the gap, jump into the tube, make sure I had enough money on the Oyster card, and then rush out of the tube, like, elbow my way out, army crawl over to the next platform, jump on another tube, jump out at the right station again, making sure I didn't miss my stop, and then up the escalator and run, making sure I didn't get to work too late. And when I got there, I was already stressed, already in a bad mood. Everything was already horrible. And also, God, I knew I had to repeat the whole journey on the way back. Unsustainable. So then what I did is what I shifted from taking the bus. There's a point to the story, from taking the tube to the bus. And what the bus gave me, the gift of the bus, was that there was a bus stop right outside our house. So I could take the bus all the way from the house to Hyde Park Corner. Did not have to change, which meant I could bring my book on the bus, I could sit, I could be relaxed, and if the traffic was good, I could get off at Hyde Park Corner and walk through Hyde Park on the way to work. So I got like wind in my hair, could see, whatever flower was in bloom, pet a cute dog on the way. And when I got to work, I was all happy and relaxed. And same on the way home, just sit on the bus, read my book. So basically I went from being stressed to having 2 hours of reading every single day. Now the reason I'm telling you the story is that this is what I mean when I say I help entrepreneurs and business owners and coaches set up structures that works for them, that feels like a charging station instead of being a massive energy drain. So it's not like one of those many books that are written, dare I say it, by middle-aged white men about like, get up at 5 a.m., be more productive, only check your email twice, do this, do that. Like there's so many, I hate this word, productivity hacks. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, when I say structure, I mean infrastructure. What infrastructure do you have in place so that you could do your best work, so that you can, instead of being stressed, you can, focus on doing something you love. So instead of me rushing across to the platform, hoping I would get onto the already overfilled tube, I could read. Like, what can you replace? So you can go from feeling like you want to like tear your hair out to actually doing the work you came here to do. And so I don't know, it's like sometimes it could be as easy as just like changing the way you book your clients, changing the way you do accounting, changing the way you capture and run with creative ideas, changing the way you put out, social media posts, changing the way, do you write newsletters or do you do, vlogging, I guess this could be called, like whatever it is, like where can you make a tweak, a shift so that the work you want to do, it's easier to do it and you feel better while you do it, because it's not about just like setting a goal and working really hard to get that goal. Because in all honesty, we never know if we're going to achieve our goals. I mean, that can sound a little bit depressing, but when you think about it, like none of us are fortune tellers. We do not know what the future holds. So we might as well set up a process that while we're working towards our goals and while we're working towards what light us up and while we're like engaged, right? This is what it is. We're engaged in our day-to-day life. Like while all that, like our daily life is as rewarding as humanly possible. That is my highest aspiration for every single one of my clients, because the way we live our days is how we live our life. So if you think that you can just, get a 90-day plan and cram and work and hate every minute of it, but on the off chance that you get to kind of a reward at the end of the tunnel, and then it may or may not happen, and then you get like weird and resentful and then if it does happen, you're already too exhausted to enjoy it. So all I'm saying, find a structure, find an infrastructure that works for you. And if you have no idea where to start, I do. This is why I have a coach, and this is why I have clients like you. And, I do free consultation sessions, like 40-minute session, just to see if we're a good fit. Most of the times we are. But if we're not, that's great, because then none of us are wasting our time. But the point is, though, is that you do not need to like army crawl your way to your goals. It can be more rewarding. It can be more fulfilling. It can feel more like natural and ease and flow. This is what I mean by ease and flow. It's not just some lofty novel idea. it is easier and was more flowy to sit on the bus than the tube. So it gets really practical. And that's what I love about creating good structure, is that we get to be super practical and we get to implement it, and then it gets to be integrated into your life as it is now. And then you can tweak and shift and expand or let go. But without a structure in place, without a process in place, you'll never get from here to there anyway. So you might as well set up the best structure that you know how.